Man, you come straight out of a comic.
We are jumping back into Giancarlo Esposito. And as y'all know, he has now joined the cast of the MCU. We talked about it. Didn't know what kind of role that he was going to be playing in the MCU. But we've gotten a little bit more detail on what Giancarlo Esposito is going to be doing. We now know that he is going to play a villain. So the whole hype of him being Professor X, out the window. You can throw that out the window, throw it in the trash, have the trash man come pick it up and take it to the dump, because it ain't happening. Giancarlo Esposito is not going to be in a yellow wheelchair with a bald head running around talking about, to me, my X-Men, because you already know how I feel. Fuck Charles. Can't stand Charles's ass. Toxic ass motherfucker. I digress, though. I digress. Y'all know how Professor X get me, man. That man is a menace. That man is a full-time menace. But as we said, it has been confirmed that he will play a villain. What up to King Mike Hall over there at Twitch? He has been cast as a villain. Not only that, this character is supposedly also going to receive a Disney Plus series. Not sure if it's going to be a limited series, if it'll have more, if it's seasonal, kind of like how Loki is, or if it's like more of a Marvel presentation type thing. No real detail like that has been said, but it is saying that we will have some kind of series or feature on the Disney Plus stream as well as in the MCU. And we also learned that he will be one of the villains in the upcoming Captain America movie, A Brave New World. Starring Anthony Mackie as now Captain America, along with Harrison Ford as General Ross, or excuse me, I believe President Ross in the Captain America Brave New World film, along with my boy, the architect, the revolutionary Seth Rollins is also going to be in this film. So it seems like the movie's getting stacked. Now, once again, not sure the villain that he is going to be playing. I'm hoping that it is not someone in a political standpoint, but what I'm hoping for is I really feel like he's going to play Mr. Sinister. I really, truly feel like he's going to play Mr. Sinister. And this even still works with having it in Captain America. I think if you were to do that as far as an MCU type of thing, that works to be able to try to start introducing different people. Because anybody else, as far as character-wise for him, I just don't see it. And they've already kind of like displayed the majority of the people that's going to be in there. And I know that they said that there's rumors that he's supposed to be Magneto in this, but that still now goes to my point. If he is even said to be Magneto, it makes more sense for him to be Mr. Sinister if they're going to display him in Captain America, because it gives more of a setup. It also shows him like having a company structure, so he can be either working for the government and they're doing experiments on people with powers, or he can have his own company and that's something he's doing. But to kind of just throw Magneto into the Captain America story, it seems a little too big. Like, that seems just a little too big. And it also makes more sense for it to be Mr. Sinister, because Giancarlo's a little bit older, so it works a little bit better for him to be Mr. Sinister. And it also makes more sense as to why Mr. Sinister would get a series. That makes more sense in telling the story. Don't get me wrong. It would be dope for him to play Magneto, but I still am I'm still a thorough believer in there's some characters that you don't need to change. Like, again, I don't mind them kind of switching people up, kind of like how they did with Selma Hayek in the Eternals. But For Magneto, Magneto has a past and a very in-depth past. So there's no way you're going to convince me that Giancarlo was a part of the Holocaust. You can't just switch that up. That is what makes up Magneto. Like, it is the events of that particular point in history that happened that makes Magneto Magneto. Now, sure, you could change some of these things up for it to be like, oh, it was like this, it's like that. I'm sorry, you just like, those are one of those ones like you have to leave alone. I would see even Charles being changed out before I see Magneto being changed out, just because that particular point in history is what shapes Magneto into becoming the person that he is. And I just do not think that that should be touched. Like I said, I understand everyone else's, a few other people who could be changed up, who could be switched, even to a Scott Summers. I could see Cyclops being cast, with a black person, a Hispanic person, or anyone else. But for someone like Magneto, that is an important part of what makes that character. And I do not think that it should be changed. So that's why I am still leaning towards the fact that Giancarlo will play Mr. Sinister, and especially with this Captain America: A Brave New World, even the title just makes sense for it. Think about it, A Brave New World. We're now seeing a lot of these different people coming in, and we've always seen them with the experimentation of people with powers. You saw Secret Invasion. You've seen what they did in trying to make a super serum of all of the Avengers. It makes sense that Mr. Sinister would be the next person that would be shown to help bridge the gap for the X-Men and for this. And we even saw, I believe it was in the last X-Men film, they showed Mr. Sinister's company. So I think Giancarlo Esposito is going to be cast as Mr. Sinister, and that is the villain that he's going to be playing. So I cannot wait to see that. King Mike Hall said he'd be Magneto from the Black Holocaust. What's the Black Holocaust? Wait a minute. What's the Black Holocaust? Okay, Dominican Republic, Haitian genocide could be his. Again, I can see it, but it's not necessary. Like, it's just not necessary. And I'm just going to be honest with y'all on that. It's not a necessary thing to change. Like, for that character, it's just not. It's not worth us reshaping all of this entire history of Magneto to fit to have this person play it because we want to see it. At some point, again, like, there's things that we want, there's things that we need. We don't need, although we want for Giancarlo Esposito to play Magneto, we don't need it. And that's just one of the harsh realities that we have to face. To JCW, thank you for joining. Yes, I am streaming on other platforms as well. We're on the Arcade Tokens YouTube and Twitch as well. We are on my Twitch channel as well as YouTube and the Shroud of a Comic Book Facebook page. So yeah, multiple channels watching it, man. Just expanding the Shroud of a Comic Book thing and everything like that. So appreciate it. Yeah, Bishop is in there. Storm is in there. Like, it's representation in there. And again, that's what I said to my point. I don't mind if he'd even been cast as Charles. I talk a lot of shit about Charles, but again, his past, that's something that could be slightly altered to where it could be Giancarlo Esposito playing him. But everyone else, like a Magneto, bro, that's such a distinctive story that he has that I just don't want to see them have to alter all of that just so we can see this man portray him. And if you think about it too, that's kind of true. So I'm sticking with Giancarlo Esposito as Magneto. I mean, wow. See what the fuck y'all done to me? I'm seeing Giancarlo Esposito as Mr. Sinister. That's who I think he's being cast as. Giancarlo Esposito is going to be cast as Mr. Sinister. Sage D say, because Charles Xavier is a terrible leader in person. Yes, the fuck he is. Yes, he is. That man is a horrible leader and toxic as fuck. He is the future of the MCU. I hope he drop a mixtape called Dirty Telepath, because that's what you is. Easy Not over on Twitch. He could be bugging out from Do the Right Thing. Then someone steps on his shoes and he becomes Magneto. Yo! You just stepped on my wallabies. You already know what that does to me? Yo, if they put that in the movie, I'm done. But King Mike Hall, appreciate that. Yes, Mr. Sinister is an easy fit. But ladies and gentlemen, that is bringing our episode straight out of a comic book to an end. I want to thank everybody who joined me on the chat today as we went live. Shout out to Granddaddy Perk, King Mike Hall, Easy Knot, Sage D. Who else we got in here? JCW. Who else? Cream Corn Taz. Love that name, by the way. Just Cheek. Thank y'all so much for coming in here and joining me today. And thank you for all that are watching and checking this out. Be sure that you follow me on all of these platforms. Yes, King Mike Hall, glad that you made it in here as well. Sage D. Jean is going to feature on it. I promise you that on that mixtape. But yes, make sure that y'all like the video when it drops, comment on it, subscribe to the channels, and like I said, we got the Straight Out of a Comic Book platform coming out. YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, website, merch, everything is coming out. I'm diving fully into the Straight Out of a Comic Book because it's me, just me. Don't have to be over no shadows or anything else of someone linked to me and stuff like that. This is mine. This is what we sticking with. And starting in August, all of these episodes will come out exclusively on the Straight Out of a Comic Book YouTube and Facebook. You'll get little small 5-minute clips on the Arcade Tokens channel as well as my channel, but Straight Out of a Comic Book will have its own home beginning in August. So look out for that. Look out for the merch coming out for it, going full into this and having other shows with guests, interviews, a full expansion, reviews, everything. Like when I tell y'all, in August, we diving in like we doing now. So stay tuned. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all continuing to rock with me. I hope y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Do something nice for yourself. If the sun is out where you're at, go soak in some sun, breathe in some fresh air, and do something nice for yourself. I've been your host, Will Pharaoh, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace.